Randstad India Talent Pod, leading the human forward way.
Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Randstad India Talent Pod. I'm your host Neerja and I'm so thrilled to be hanging out with you today because we're already on episode 6, you guys, and this space is only growing and getting more exciting. Now we've got everything from updates to engaging conversations, so let's head in and find out what's in store today.
You're tuned in to the Randstad India Talent Pod. All things Randstad in one place.
Now, like I said, it's the 6th episode of Randstad India Talent Pod, and I hope you've been enjoying this podcast. It has everything you need to know about the world of recruitment, jobs, and careers. Speaking of careers, the buzzword today seems to be growth mindset, with many JDs specifying that applicants and candidates need to have a growth mindset. So what exactly is growth mindset, and why is it important to possess it or develop it? To answer this question today, we have with us Harshal Goyal, General Manager Sales, Randstad Technologies. Welcome, Harshal, to the Randstad India Talent Pod. It's such a pleasure to have you join us today.
Likewise, Neerja. Pleasure to be part of the show.
Now, Harshal, let's start with this, okay? Could you tell us, what do organizations mean and recruiters? What do they mean when they say they require a candidate to have a growth mindset? Is this something that a person can actually develop over the course of their career? And what kind of an impact does it have on a candidate's performance? I'm sorry, I know it's a lot of questions, but we are curious and you're the best person to answer it. So please take it away.
Thanks, Neerja, for the question. To start off, I personally got the exposure to the whole concept of having a growth mindset from Vishy, our CEO and MD. According to McKinsey, 14% of workforce worldwide will likely be forced to change jobs in coming years as improved artificial intelligence, automation, and other technologies push traditional jobs towards obsolescence. A Gartner report showed that 33% of the skills listed in a typical job posting in 2017 are no longer necessary in 2021. Over only 4 years, 1/3 of the skills required for any positions become unimportant enough that they are no longer included in the job description. As the economy changes in response to the innovation and market forces, workforce will have to adapt accordingly by embracing new skills and continuous learning. The whole idea of embracing and investing in learning new skills, irrespective of which stage of career you are in or what role you are into, is what I call as having a growth mindset. A candidate who not only believes in continuous learning but actively practices the same would have significant advantage in today's competitive world and would be able to experience continuous success in his or her professional journey. So companies today are looking for candidates who have this open mindset to learn new technologies, keep themselves updated to the day-to-day trends. And these are the candidates which can take an organization to the next level, right? So as an individual, it's very important that one should continuously invest in the new technologies, new trends, what organizations are looking for, what an individual ambition or the professional career plan a candidate or a potential job seeker has. Keeping in line to those trends, one should continuously invest in learning the new skills, new technologies. That's what I would say, Neerja.
Yeah, absolutely, Harshal. That, it makes a lot of sense. It's also great insight into what it means to actually possess and develop this growth mindset. It's not just about the words, but it's also about the application of it. So thank you for sharing that. It's also very interesting to note that when entire companies embrace a growth mindset, their employees report feeling far more empowered and committed. And they also end up receiving far greater organizational support for collaboration and innovation. So you can see how important it actually is. What are your thoughts on this, Harshal, on entire companies embracing this growth mindset? How does somebody fit into this idea to make an impact out of it?
So Neerja, I personally believe it's very important for every employee within an organization to have a growth mindset. And every organization should promote a culture wherein employees can go out there and experiment with their learnings. Innovation is key to build a long-term sustainable organization. It's a very famous saying, what got us here will not take us to the next level, right? To move to the next level, it's very important that the organization build a culture wherein a lot of innovation is happening. build entrepreneurs within the organization. And this set of mindset would bring new offerings, profitable growth. Even it will also help in retaining people, because people would get chance to experiment with all the ideas they have in mind. They get a platform to really experiment and leverage what they always want to do. So people would also tend to stay longer in an organization which promotes and practice a growth mindset. So it's not only helping an organization to grow from a profitability perspective, but it's also helping its employees to develop at every level of their professional journey, right? So I personally believe the impact where an organization promotes a growth mindset would be significant, and it would really help an organization to really grow from or move from a good to great organization.
Wonderfully put, Harshal. And I think some of the words I'll definitely remember are what got us here will not necessarily take us to the next level. I don't think I've heard that one before personally. So I love that. And you're right, growth mindset isn't, of course, it's for the professional journey, but there are so many ways in which it can also impact your personal growth as well as a holistic human being. So very well put. Thank you so much, Harshal, for bringing your perspective to Randstad India Talent Pod. Always love having minds like you on the show. So it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Neerja. Have a good day ahead. It's been a pleasure for me too.
You're listening to the Randstad India Talent Pod, where fun meets work.
That was such a great session by Harshal on growth mindset and what it means to possess it and develop it. Now, while it's great to have all of this insight, it's also important that we recognize and understand the misconceptions around growth mindset. Here are a few. Number one, I already have it and I always have. People often confuse a growth mindset with being flexible or open-minded, or with having a positive outlook. Now, we're all actually a mixture of fixed and growth mindsets, and that mixture continually evolves with experience. Number two, a growth mindset is just about praising and rewarding effort. Now, it's critical to reward not just effort, but learning and progress, and to emphasize the processes that yield these things, such as seeking help from others, trying new strategies, and capitalizing on setbacks to move forward effectively. Number three, just espouse a growth mindset and good things will happen. It's not easy to attain a growth mindset. One reason why is we all have our own fixed mindset triggers. When we face challenges, receive criticism, or fare poorly compared with others, we can easily fall into insecurity or defensiveness, a response that inhibits growth. So we need to work on developing a growth mindset and not just wish for it.
You're listening to the Randstad India Talent Pod, where fun meets work.
Okay, folks, it's now time for our this or that poll. I'm going to ask you all a question, and this question will also be posted on the Randstad India LinkedIn page. So check it out, follow us if you haven't already, and participate in this super fun poll. Here's the question for today. What inspires you the most when you are looking for motivation? Is it A, music, B, movies, C, books, or D, audiobooks or podcasts? Let us know.
You're tuned in to the Randstad India Talent Pod. All things Randstad in one place.
And that's a wrap on this wonderful episode of Randstad India Talent Pod. We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback, your suggestions. You can reach out to us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Randstad India with the hashtag Randstad India Talent Pod. Let us know what you think of this whole thing. I'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, stay safe and stay happy. Bye.
This is the Randstad India Talent Pod, leading the human forward way.